Well, would you look at that? Another YouTube video. All it takes is a game of a lifetime, and apparently. If you haven't gotten the point already by the thumbnail or the title, this is going to be a little bit of a breakdown of what is probably one of the most memorable games I've ever had across my main account, the press account, sheriff account, whatever. This was unreal. It's almost like it was meant to be based on this first shot here. You'll kind of get an idea. I could not believe it. So for context, I've been playing this game. Nice. I've been playing this game for a very long time. I started like 9 years ago at this point, across my main. Again, the other accounts are more gaming. I've probably accrued like 65,000 games. I've seen pretty much everything. I think the only thing I haven't seen was a 15 kill game. The like Rezena Heroes Medal or whatever. I've personally never seen, live in a match. Where everything else I've seen, Kalabanovs, I've seen 10,000 damage, 12,000 damage, whatever it may be. But a 1v7 this turns out to be was really something special here. It was very funny. The actual game here, we spent talking about airsoft. I haven't played in maybe, I don't even know how many years, 8 years or something. I don't know how the topic came up, I don't remember, but it was such a casual game. We all kind of laughed about the S-Conk shot, but I'm kind of looking at the map here, and I'm seeing that we didn't send anyone south. Ice Road is really, really delayed, but I'm thinking I kind of want to sit here and farm, but I really shouldn't. If there's ever a map that sets you up for a ridiculous, like, Alamo defense scenario, Mountain Pass is it. There is, at least in my opinion, pretty much nothing else in the game that really comes to this level as this defensive hill. Whether it's an S-Conk, whether it's a Chief, anything with, like, relative gun depression and a pretty good turret is going to have a field day here. It's just the way it is. So you could see I'm kind of setting up a bit early because I'm expecting, you could see in the middle of the map that heavy enemy push from their side. They're kind of just pincering our base now where they're sending guys in and they're going to counter Ice Road, and they're sending guys up the middle ridge here. So this is really where the big thing begins. I'm trying to conserve my HP. I'm not over poking. I'm not doing anything too risky, and I'm just trying to farm because we're already down 1-4. This isn't going to be an exact like methodology breakdown of my game, but I did want to just have this video up for the sake of, why not? It was a memorable, fun moment, and I thought maybe there's something teachable in here, though I'm sure I'm already prepared for the comments of, but Mr. Streamer, don't you know you're in a chieftain and the best tank in the game of World of Tanks? Like, I get it. I know. The tank is insane. I know. But, a 1v7, even in this, is a really thrilling experience. It's a shame that there's a lot of downtime in between here. For context, I sent this video in, and another one I'm going to have a video on this week, to Jingles. I've been trying to get a replay on his channel for 10 years between War Thunder, way back, if you even remember those days, before the biannual War Thunder video. And I've been trying for so long. So I sent this replay in again because it's rare. I'm a typically very self-critical person. So I tend to decide, like, even if it's a objectively pretty great game, I'll be like, no, I'm not going to send it. But these I sent in, and arguably these are probably the ones I shouldn't have bothered with. There is some downtime here, like I said. Between that first big shot, we're really kind of waiting for the big setup here. There's not really that much I could have done, in my opinion, in retrospect, to really change the outcome of this in terms of, like, the mitigating factor of the middle of the game. Sorry. I don't think I could have done anything to change Ice Road, because once you go down there, this map is very similar to something like Abbey, where everything is very linear. So you have, obviously, the bridge, you have the south corner where all the brawl tends to be, and then the Ice Road. Obviously, you can kind of cut around the dried up lake bed in the middle, but realistically, it is lane 1, 2, 3. So I find that trying to commit really far either way, I need to be confident about it, because if you're not, it tends to limit your ability to move around, because the geography just doesn't really permit it. It's a shame I lost that HP there, but the game is just now starting to spice up. So we have the RHM Panzer in the bush in the back. We have another medium, I think it's a Progetto over there in the corner as well, set up with the RD2. This is a pretty ideal scenario because it sets up a crossfire. The position the Progetto 65 is in, if you ever are in a scenario on this map where you are on the defensive, getting someone back there and someone up on this hill is one of the most deadly crossfires you can have in the entire game out of any map, any scenario. It is ridiculous. But now you could see they're really starting to encroach, and at this point I'm joking on stream that this would be a pretty wicked win. They have a lot of one-shots. It's definitely possible, but I'm not being super serious about it. So I'm trying to clean up HP. They still have a couple of full HP enemies here. You could see, I mean, it's no joke. We got a spicy shot on the STB there, right in the engine deck. The thing I really want to drill home with this video, this match should never have happened. Nice shot. This match should never have happened. The reality of it is, frankly, if you're ever in a scenario where you are pushing into less enemies, you want to go together. If you go one by one, you will die. And you can see these guys are committing really hard on that Progetto to get that crossfire out. This is good work by them. But at this point, you kind of get the issue of people have this like mystical point of view on the Chief. Yes, it is unbelievable. It is, I think, pretty inarguably the best tank in the game. Straight up. The only thing better tier for tier is like the Panzer V4. We are really in a scenario now where I need to knock down guns. HP isn't really the most important thing here. I'm taking some really not great shots here, bleeding HP. I get the non-pen, and at this point, I start freaking out a little bit because I am bouncing shots I shouldn't. I'm taking more HP than I can really afford, and these guys are all too afraid to push me. All they have to do is full send into me. They have an overwhelming force. Even if you don't want to in this case, get cap pressure on. The RHM is now there. He dies like right now, and this is where the 1v7 starts. So all these guys are right in front of me. They're relatively comfy HP. All they have to do is get on a cap and force cap pressure. Only one of them is on there, assuming, wrongfully, that I'm going to be an easy kill. And admittedly, I am low on HP. This is not an ideal scenario. This Kron, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing it so safe and so passive. But now, the game is getting closer. Great shot from the 268 moving around on the side. That is exactly the right thing to do. You want to overwhelm. You want to create that crossfire. I decide I have to push. I have to get aggressive. So we get the V5 out. I'm really panicking about the location of that 268. I'm hard pushing here, just trying to take a risk. The Kron doesn't want to fall off the hill, so he pulls back as much as he can and then just drives forward. All he had to do was sit there and aim at my hatch. The Chief hatch is very much not an impossible hit. And now this game just got very real. There is very heavy cap pressure. I survive on an extremely lucky non-pen. I try to count the reload down. I barely get him, I think by like a second or so. We knock that guy out. The cap is done. And now we're playing the match on my terms. These are the scenarios where you're, in my opinion, very prone to lose. Because you tend to realize that this game is within your reach. It is very possible. So I try and pull back here and set up my own little rat's nest again. I do kind of panic about that 268. I'm afraid he is there, but I'm just trying to hold the line and kind of recollect myself. The enemy, I mean, they did a great job pushing out the Progetto 65, but they really threw the push on me. It doesn't help that, again, I'm in a Chief. I'm in the most advantageous clutch position you can get on pretty much any map in the game. I definitely can credit this game to luck just as much as I can skill in terms of sort of how the enemy decided to play it. I'm going to be honest, I do think I played relatively well. I don't think I really made any super major mistakes. I definitely didn't play flawlessly between the HP loss on the STB on the flank or the 268 on the flank. Made this a lot more close than it needed to be. Otherwise, this would have been pretty free. But at this point on stream, my hands are starting to shake a little bit. Everyone's like, oh my god, he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And again, I'm super self-critical. It's just a force of habit. So I'm saying, no, we're not going to do it. This way, I kind of psych myself down in the event if I don't do it and I do end up losing, that I expected it, it's fine, and when I do pull it off, it is a like wicked hype moment. That 268 made a critical mistake there. So something you'll notice, particularly with a lot of high alpha tanks or clutch scenarios like this, if you have HP, that guy probably could have pushed me in that time. Would he have killed me? No. But when you set up a scenario like this, once you take the actual hit, the panic is over. The fear is gone. It's like people get so afraid of an FV, and then when they get shot by the FV, they fire back immediately. It's like, dude, you have like 20 seconds. Chill. The big goof is over. And in that scenario, I shot the 268, and then he pulled back, giving me time to reload. At that point, I did the damage to you. You have like, 7 to 8 seconds for you to push in and do something. Now, in this case, the Chief is mobile, whatever. I probably could have like weaseled my way out of it, but regardless, giving me time to do my thing is like the worst case scenario. Now, they do both get on cap here, and I don't realize it right away, so I'm thinking, where's the STB? Where's the STB? I try to push in as much as I can without overexposing, but I do. And I take an HE round that should have killed me. Again, I think this is kind of where the Chief, like, mysticism comes in. I start panicking really bad here. I think, oh, maybe I can get a shot under this dead Leopard into the 268. But he's fully loaded. I push. I snap the shot. I couldn't believe it. This is the moment where it's like, oh, brother, that's a memorable one. That's a big one. I have the post-game stats here for you guys to see. The VOD is on the stream on my Twitch if you want to check it out and see the live reaction to that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Nothing too crazy in terms of, stuff to miss. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next one or on the stream. Again, link is in the description. Please come hang out. I stream like every day.